Hello, this is Sarah V, and today I am going to be making an apron, and I would like to get this done before Christmas because if I wait, I'm going to have to wait till next Christmas to wear it. And that is Simplicity 9496, and I am making view A, and I am making it out of this gingerbread fabric that I got at Joann last year. And then I cut this out at the beginning of the year, and I never assembled it because I was making clothes for my honeymoon and my wedding dress. So that's what I'd like to do today. Just finish that, get it out of the way. And I am going to be using white rickrack, which I have yet to rummage for. So at some point during this project, probably sometime soon, I am going to have to find some. Which that shouldn't be too hard, right? I first must go through my pattern pieces and see where I left off. I am unpinning all the pieces from the tissue and marking anything that needs marked. After figuring out where I left off, I am pinning what I can and also setting aside things that should be ironed first. I am starting by putting the bias on the edge of the pocket. Now I am sewing up the edges of the ruffle and sewing the skirt panels together at the side seams. Before this, I went and serged what I needed to before stitching the pocket edge down from the outside. I did not turn the edge in, but instead serged it and folded it over to the other side. I thought it would be nifty to use my rolled hem foot, but the hem got weird at seams from the bulk. It's not the best, but it's just for an apron. I don't know if it actually saved any time, because after that I had to go and try to fix the parts where it didn't catch at those seams. Now I can put in all of my gathering stitches and then sew my rickrack down on my pocket. I left a wee bit of room from the edge so when I sew it down it should for the most part not catch the rickrack. The pocket is now pinned on and then sewn on as described previously. After more gathering stitches, I can match the ruffle to the side seams and center front and pull the threads in together. Now that the ruffle is sewn on, I can pin the rickrack down, and my seam allowance is pointed up so that whenever I sew the rickrack on, it will sew the rickrack and the seam allowance down at the same time. I like to sew my seam allowance down because I feel like it keeps the ruffle in place a little better. I am now sewing the straps, followed by hemming the ties and sewing the rickrack to the bib. Now that those are ready to go, I can trim the seam allowance down for the straps and turn them out. Now ironed, I can sandwich the straps between the bib pieces and stitch it up. The skirt can now be gathered into the waistband with the bib sandwiched between them. After the waistband is stitched down, the ties are gathered into the waistband and stitched up. For our very last step, the waistband is top stitched from the outside. Overall, I am quite happy with how this turned out. If I were to make this again, I would have made the waistband longer because the side seam is here and my side is over here. So I just need to lengthen that and then adjust the gathers accordingly. And I think at some point I might have to readjust my straps just a little bit. But other than that, I think it's quite cute and I'm really happy that I have an apron to wear for Christmas. I did run out of this white rickrack and used some of this thicker rickrack for just this one part. That was all I needed. That was all that was left that needed to be rickracked. Now I can live my best gingerbread life. And I have some cookies to bake. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you'd like to see more winter sewing content, please subscribe. If you would like to see what I'm up to day to day, please feel free to follow me at Sarah V Sews Vintage. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.